This is about love, respect, and admiration. For a great man like this to say to me, and I'm sorry, Mr. Farrakhan, I don't mean no disrespect, and I can't talk about you without imitating you. Sister Cora, I would love to honor my brother like I've done so many of my brothers in the struggle. Would you honor me by escorting me to see my brother's statue? And I was like, you serious? Yeah, that would be great. And then, we talked and that was the end of it. And I really didn't believe it. I don't hate to say that. I mean, I just kind of forgot about it. Then I get a call from Sister Claudette. When we going to start playing? And I said, he's serious? So here we are today. So thank you so much for thinking about that, Minister Farrakhan. I love you more than words will ever say. But lots have been said about how we love Minister Farrakhan and how Minister Farrakhan loves us, but not a lot's been said about how Marion felt about him. And I'm going to tell a story that I have seldom told. When Marion won the fourth term as mayor, which was historic, and which a congressman, when we went on Capitol Hill, said from Mississippi, Mr. Mayor, you did something only Lazarus has done. He had come back from the dead. So and that's going to become more poignant in a few minutes. So when we won, there was some nervousness in certain parts of the city. And, people thought, well, this is going to be the end of us. But they invited us over so they could have a meeting and explain to the mayor, there ain't nothing we can do about it. You're here now, so let's try to work together. That's the way I looked at it. And Marion wanted me to come, and I said, I'm not going over there. I said, I don't trust myself. And he said, just be quiet, just sit down, but you have to come. So I went. When the door opened, it's a big, beautiful house, of course. And right at the very back of the room, I saw a beautiful baby grand piano and a bench. And of course, I had on my sunglasses. So I went and sat on that bench, and I dropped my head, just so people wouldn't see my body language. Everybody was respectful, and everybody was quiet, and, don't know what to expect. This man, despite all their efforts, was back in office. And so they welcomed him, they were respectful, and then the first question was, Mr. Mayor, we welcome you, we're going to work together. I know we weren't on the same side, but we're all one city, blah, blah, blah. But we have a question. Now that you are mayor, what are you going to do about your association with Minister Louis Farrakhan? And I don't think they used the word minister. They said, we've seen that you have been seen around with him and in the papers, but now that you're mayor, how are you going to handle that? You have to separate yourself from that.
Go ahead.
The room got quiet. It seemed like for a long time, but it could have been but seconds. And Marion looked and he said, when I was arrested, he called. He offered ministry, love. When I was in court being tried, he came. They turned him away. He went across the street, appealed it, and went and sat in my trial. When I went to jail, he called, he visited. He offered a support for me and for my family. And when I came out, he embraced me and my family and lifted us up. And then he said, in only Marion Barry fashion, you want me to turn my back on my brother who loved me through everything for you, who have wished me nothing but bad things? Is that what you're asking me? He left it with a question. My head came up.
Come on, sis.
Now, what about that? And that was pretty much set the tone. So, Ms. Farrakhan, we love you more than you love us. You just don't know. But it's okay for me to talk about it and for Minister Farrakhan to talk about it, but I have a little surprise. A day came when he was in prison, and Minister Farrakhan and Marion had a conversation. And something said to me, and this was in 1991, those old-fashioned tape machines, I pushed record. When that conversation was over, I took that tape, put it in a little plastic thing, put it in a jar in the nightstand by my bed. For 30 years, never played it again. Never. Every once in a while, I'd see it and I'd like, what am I going to do with this? So when this came up, it was Allah, God said, now is the time. So you've heard his speeches, but let you hear his voice as he ministers to my husband as he's in the deepest time of his life when he was in prison. Please play it. And when this,
How you doing?
Sorry. And when this is over, there's going to be a song. And then after that song, the next voice you will hear is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, brother.
All right, how's the movement?
The movement is struggling, but coming right along. Unfortunately, we lost our editor this morning. Last night, he passed away. Brother Wali Muhammad.
Well, give my sympathy in regards to the family.
Yes. And it's really good to hear your voice.
Well, as I said, God has blessed me with a good spirit and a great attitude and a good mind. Hang in down here.
You know, Mr. Mayor, you know, sometimes when we go through things in life that none of us like to go through, you know, if you had to choose a place to be, you certainly would not choose where you are. But there is, in the foreword of the Holy Quran, a section that reads, you know, that hell is meant for purification. And sometimes God allows us to get into certain difficulties that create circumstances that purify us for greater service. You know, and you know, you have been through so much, my dear brother, over this last 2 years. And then, of course, to end up incarcerated, even if it is for 6 months. But this 6-month period will not work against you. It will work definitely for you, because it gives you time to think, to see your people as they are in under those circumstances, to feel the anguish and the pain of those less fortunate than we, and it's just preparing you to serve greater on your emergence from hell. And I understand that down is not really down. It's really a preparation for going up. So, my brother, whatever I can do to make this time, whether it's 6 months, if I can aid you in any way to make it go smoother and better, if there are any books that I can send, any errand that I can run to smooth the way for you, I want to be at your service.
I really appreciate it, Mr. Farrakhan. I've been reading some books, and I've been just thinking and planning, and my mind is even clearer now than ever before.
Of course.
I'm getting a good 7 or 8 hours of sleep, even though I work at night. I got
Yes.
a good job over at the power plant where they make steam. I just read the gauges every hour.
Yes, sir.
Each of us has to do something down here work-wise.
Uh-huh.
I can't read over there, and already I can feel that my energy is high, and my ideas are percolating, and God is working.
Yes. I have no doubt about that, brother. Yes, sir.
Some brothers sent me a copy of the Holy Quran. I began to learn how to read that.
Yes.
And Reverend Wilson gave me 2 books by Howard Thurman.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Dean Thurman is just a monster.
He's a deep brother, I tell you.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, brother, you know, you are on the road, and nobody has to tell you what to think or how to think. You know, God will guide you every step of the way, because as I used to hear Jesse say, you know, and sometimes God ain't through with me yet. And he's certainly not through with you, brother. You have so much experience now in government, and so much that you can help your people to see and understand. So your value has increased and not decreased in terms of the struggle of our people for liberation. So I'm at your side, and I'm at your beck and call, brother. So whatever you need and whatever I can do, I'm just as close to you as that telephone.
Thank you so much. We'll be in touch with you as to how we work this business situation out at the time that's convenient.
All right, and as soon, and if there's anything that I can do to facilitate it, I'll be most happy to do that. But as soon as you can get clearance.
We may have to raise it to a different level, but let's see how.
Well, we'll do that.
Really appreciate it, brother.
All right, my dear brother. May God bless you with a wonderful day, a peaceful day, and may He protect you in your going out and in your coming in, and bring you safely out of there to your people, that you may continue your service.
Thank you so much, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.